Welcome to the Send More Offers Real Estate Show with Brandon Barnes, showing you how to do wholesaling deals consistently without having to go on seller appointments. Learn the key tips and strategies that Brandon's students use to find deeply discounted properties that are pennies on the dollar, all while avoiding wear and tear on their vehicle, body, and freedom. Whether you're looking for your first deal or your next deal, it's time to send more offers with your host, Brandon Barnes.
Today, I have my main man, Andrew Lucas, here to speak with us all about direct mail, guys. And look, I know you've heard Andrew before on a previous episode, but he has some more insightful information to share with us about how direct mail has really changed his business, as well as he's using television ads. So if you're looking to do more deals on a regular basis, but you want a more consistent marketing channel that'll continue to generate leads, this is the episode for you. He even has an offer for you to join his new Deal Finders Club, where you'll learn from him how to flip properties, do renovations, and even buy and hold on a large scale. So you won't want to miss this episode. Strap in, stay tuned, take good notes. Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the show, Andrew. Super excited to have you here again, man.
Thanks so much, Brandon. I am stoked to be here. I love talking with you, chatting with you, and seeing how's it going with you.
Yeah, man, it's always a good time to catch up every time we get together. And for those loyal listeners, you probably remember me and Andrew's last interview on episode 144. That was sometime last year, and we talked a lot about how you were crushing it, you and your team, direct mail, the TV ads. I know you guys are still doing a lot, and you have some new stuff to talk to us today with the Deal Finders Club, but just give us an update. You know, are the same marketing channels working? What are you seeing in your market? What's going on the business side of things?
Yes, this is a great time to do an update because the last, I guess it's been 8 months since then. And I don't know when we recorded that one, but till now, and it's been crazy, right? Since then, the interest rates went up. The Fed is doing all kinds of crazy stuff. The bonds, the banks have failed. It's just wild. So some of the things that we did, I want to give this nugget to your team or to your listeners, is that when things are getting weird and they're going up and down, and there's no stability in the market, we decided, hey, whatever we have for sale, let's sell it. Think it flips. Everything that was a flip, sell it now, cut bait and run, as we say. Like, if we've got to take a little loss, take a little loss, because we don't want to be stuck holding the bag like so many people back in '08, right? So I know we took one loss and we got money back. When you do the math, it wasn't a profit. We did that. We had to make that decision as a company and say, all right, let's just do this so we can be ready to strike when it's time. And I had this conversation yesterday with somebody. Now's the time. We feel like the market it's not down, right? It's not cheaper to buy or whatever. It's not a great market, but it's consistent. We've figured out what it's going to do. We all are kind of comfortable with the numbers. We know we don't want to sell a flip that's 320,000. We got to do something that's 280, right? So we know where the market has changed. And so now we are buying, wholesale it right out. So we are still going, we're back in it, going strong. And actually we're closing on I think this might be our first purchase since the new year on Monday. And so we're excited for that. So that's kind of what's new. As far as the actual business, it's going great. When times get tough, when economy is difficult, if you're a problem solver like we strive to be in our business, right, we are buying a lot of deals because a lot of people need help. They don't know how to sell. They've waited too long. They need cash now. All of those things are lending for us to be able to help a lot of people, which has been good for the business.
Yeah. And I want to split this out because you're talking about kind of two different portions of the business, right? The fix and flip, and actually, I guess it would say three, because there's the buy and hold opportunities, and then also just wholesale deals in general. And consistently told people, hey, even in a down market, you have a strong way of getting to off-market deals and speaking to potentially motivated sellers or sellers in distress. You can do deals in any market condition. The issue, though, comes in if you don't have anybody to buy those deals, right? Because they can't get funding, they can't get lending, or the interest rates are ridiculous, and they don't want to take on a project that may then sit on the market or the interest rate is too high. And that's kind of what we went through. Like you were just mentioning, like we went through that period, and from a few different angles, I've heard that ever since February of this calendar year, 2023, like the market is starting to be stronger. Is that kind of what you're seeing from that perspective? Did you have a dip in any of your wholesale activities just to start?
Oh, yeah. So January and February were awful for the wholesale business. I'm thinking of the numbers right now. You know what? We had a review yesterday with our team, and it's like January, February, and they said, we don't want to talk about January, February. We're past that, right? And so they were pretty rough, but what's happened since has more than caught up what we had budgeted for the year. So the sales team is rocking and rolling. I say sales team, it's acquisitions specialist. That's exactly what happened here. That's exactly what happened. And people that we talk to in our local community, same thing. January, February, super tough.
Yeah. And for your different marketing channels, because I know you do a lot of direct mail, you guys have your online presence, your TV, any of those marketing channels, are they kind of rowing in the same direction? So for instance, if one isn't as strong in generating leads, is the other one better? Like, what are you seeing just from your marketing channels perspective? Are they all strong now, or was there one that kind of lagged a little bit?
They all kind of lagged at the same time.
Yeah.
But what we did see, our PPC and our website leads, really, they kind of went off the map. Like they really dropped off. And I'm not sure what that's all about, whether people weren't searching. I'm not sure, right? Or maybe there was more competition trying to get to those. Could be. But our postcards still continue to be number one. And then our TV is right there with it. And then our referrals. So it goes up and down between pretty much a quarter of the business comes between mail, TV. Each one has a quarter. Mail has a quarter, TV has a quarter, the website has a quarter, and then our referral base has a quarter.
Nice.
And then it goes up and down, right?
Nice. And I mean, I think that's amazing that you're getting a quarter of the business from referrals. I just don't want to miss that. But I think that's a testament to your presence in the local market, being out there, doing some of the TV ads, people knowing you, hearing you, seeing you online. Then you start to get those deals. But even for the starter, even for the newer investor, that should just be your social media. That should be your friends and family. That should be everybody that you meet at the grocery store or whatever, let them know what you're doing. And you can too also tap into that as a strong channel.
Absolutely. That's exactly, you're talking to my sweet spot there. That's exactly what community, where you live, your network, and finding the deals that are within arm's reach right now.
Yeah. And just so people get a general sense, I mean, every market is different, right? In certain markets, they have a higher average deal size or a higher median home value. Like, just so people can kind of get a sense, like, what is the goal kind of for your acquisitions team and number of deals you guys are trying to do? And what does that average look like on spreads if you were to wholesale everything?
Yeah. So we have gone from last year in August, seeing kind of what was on the horizon, understanding that the best deals, the best spreads came when we had the most eyeballs looking at them, right? And we have a pretty good buyers list at this point. It's like, 4,000 or 5,000 people, buyers here, but that's nothing in comparison to the MLS. So we started wholesaling. Everything we do is a wholesale right now. We buy it using private money. We pay really good interest rates to those private lenders. And then we buy it, we sell it on the MLS. So using that method has doubled our spread. We used to do 12,000 and wholesale fee average. We'd always shoot for 15, of course. And now we're getting 25,000 per deal using the MLS because it's just more eyeballs. Mm-hmm. It's a better buyer base. And so that's our spreads now. And we shoot to get 6 every month from one acquisition specialist. And we are trying to get our second acquisition specialist right now. So
there you go.
That's where we're in the business.
Love it. Love it. And so speaking of that, that's a great way that you have your business rolling. And guys, I would refer you back to episode 144, because I think we really dove deep into, what the direct mail campaign looks like, the cycles and how that mail goes out. So check that for some detail on that. But for how you're teaching others, for how you're teaching some of your students in the Deal Finders Club, like, how are you recommending for some of the newer investors that are coming through the program? Like, what are you having them start with?
Absolutely. So most people, even when you start sending mail or whatever, most people get their first, second, or third deal from a free marketing source. Like it comes from a referral, it comes from a for sale by owner listing, a Craigslist listing, something that they didn't have to go and spend a bunch of marketing dollars on. So that's what we teach, is to find those. And it's not about, oh, here's one. It's about changing the way deal finders look, listen, and speak as a person. You've got to be a deal finder. You got to open up your brain to the possibility that you could be looking at the deal right now. One story that let me just tell you real quick, kind of how this kills me, that it happened to me 10 years ago, exactly 10 years ago. My wife and I, we moved, we bought this new house in Columbia, and we had a new baby, and we used to sit on the front porch in the rocking chairs and just rock. And when we bought the house, it had a tenant across the street, and it was a bad tenant, right? The cars were in the front yard. It was trash looking. We just knew that it was a bad tenant, and the rest of the neighborhood was fine. We said, well, they're going to be gone, right? They can't stay long. This landlord's kicking them out for sure. So we went ahead and bought the house, moved in, got a good deal on it because bad neighbors. So we just sit there, and yeah, sure enough, they get kicked out. I literally watched them get evicted. I didn't I didn't watch the sheriff, but I saw their stuff in the front yard. Yeah. And I'm like, man, that sucks. Then we go a couple of days. I was like, I wonder what they're going to do with it. They'll probably fix it up. No, it gets foreclosed. The bank finally gets it, puts a for sale sign in the yard. I'm like, man, that's pretty neat. I hope we get somebody good to buy it. And I just keep watching. And then this guy shows up with a truck, and he starts working on it. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm flipping it. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay. What do now I'm like, it's like gives me palpitations. Like my heart is getting racing, because in 2013, Michelle and I, we had like 3 rental houses. It was by accident because we weren't ready. If we had just had our eyes open and our ears open and even said the words, we could have bought that house. We literally watched someone else come in and make $75,000 in my front yard. I mean, like across the street, because we weren't deal finders. We didn't have our eyes open. We weren't paying attention. We did not see the opportunity right in front of our face. And when I talk to people, our students, and I'm sure people, and your students and your local community, like, if you walk around your neighborhood or you drive your neighborhood, these deals are everywhere, but we just keep driving. Right. We don't call, we don't leave a note, we don't ask, and we don't tell people that we're looking for these deals. Mm-hmm. So that's the beginning. That is how we teach to go find deals. And of course, it's phenomenal how many of the first, second, third deals, they come just like that, totally free marketing. And then you can start your TV commercials, whatever you want to do, right? Once you get your base, you get your bankroll, let's do some marketing.
All right. And to your point, I mean, having the right mindset with these of just being confident, buy homes, even using the old, I got a partner tactic, right? You might just know somebody from Facebook that, they're in this business the right way, or they're serious, they're professional. Say, I got a partner I'm going to work with on this. I don't know much, but I'm just getting going. But, hey, I, can vouch for this person and they're credible, and you can partner with them and let them help you close that deal, make some money, and then roll it forward. So I love that you guys start with that. Is there any other, do you suggest direct to seller? Are you, teaching virtual? How does that look?
Yeah. So virtual is tough to do it this way, right? We want people to get started right where they know, because that's the easiest thing. You can get some of those tricky pieces out. And if you want to go virtual later, that's fine. But stay local. Tell your friends and family, like, I want to buy a house. I'm buying a discount property. I want something I can fix up. One of the things, and this will be a nice tip for your listeners, is figure out why you want to do this for yourself, but also so you could share a story. So if you want to find a discount property so you could put your kids through college, or you just need a new car, or your work sucks, whatever that story is, figure it out. So when you tell your mom or your cousin that you want to buy a discount property, you then tell the whole story of why, and you start recruiting people that are going to go find you these houses. And I kid you not, they will start sending them to you and say, hey, you should buy this house. Hey, have you seen this? Look at this one. And it blows me away how many times our students will get that text within like 5 days of joining and saying, yeah, I've just started talking to my family. And look, here's a deal from my aunt who's trying to sell this house. I'm like, how long has that house been there? It's been in the family for 10 years. It's just been sitting there. What? They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
I love it. I love it. Well, good stuff. I mean, I know there's tons of more information that you guys give because that's just one part of that's the lead generation, right? And then there's the closing. And like you said, closing in person is definitely, I always suggest that's where you start. And then building that buyers list and dispoing those deals. So I can't wait for folks to check out Deal Finders Club. And I know you're going to give a link, but Andrew, just as a brief lightning round, I'll just ask you really quickly, like, what's your best advice for someone that's looking to really grow and scale their business right now?
I mean, if you're looking to grow and scale, you've got to start with your community. It's getting connected. But also, if you have a niche or something, find what community is out there, but get connected, learn from the community, and then start building on that community or with that community. So I don't know, maybe I'm biased, but I don't know that there's any other industry like real estate investing where when you get in a community, the information is free. You just have to ask and we'll tell you. Everyone here will give you the information you're looking for. We're not fighting over everything. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of hesitation to help you grow and scale. We want to see you grow and scale. Like that helps for us. So get connected and don't try to reinvent the wheel, right? Everything that you do, we do, it's all been done before. I don't think you invented anything with a patent on it. And I know I haven't. So
right. I love it. And I honestly, one of my favorite answers for folks either kind of getting their first deal or scaling is finding somebody to work with, right? Finding a mentor, having somebody that can help you, that knows where you are, know where you've been, and kind of help and guide and remove obstacles for you. So I think that this is great that you're doing this, guys. Andrew is local to South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, but he's helping people all over the country. So definitely tap in. Andrew, how can they find out more about Deal Finders Club?
So it's easy, dealfindersclub.com. And we do have a little discount if you want to join us. You just have to do an application, see if we're a good fit. But dealfindersclub.com and then /B Barnes. We
love it.
Be your link. And so get a little discount, give a little shout out. If we like what you say, you can join. I tell you, we just love to see this work everywhere. So
yeah, I love it. Dealfindersclub.com /B Barnes. Really, really good stuff. And, just so folks, you have the Facebook group and you're on social, how can they follow you? How can they join up in your Facebook group?
Yeah. So on that website, we actually have one. If you do, I am now on TikTok. I will say that I am a TikToker. So all those links are there and you can get to it there from dealfindersclub.com /links.
Amazing. Amazing. Guys, well, look, that's exactly where to go. Andrew's a great guy. I've known him for years, and he's been helping out investors, beginner and advanced, and do a number of different things from wholesaling to building rental portfolios. I know you do some multifamily, creative deals, and even definitely fix and flip, guys. So, and he's a licensed agent. So, he can help you with that as well. So definitely, I appreciate you joining and sharing with our group all the gems that you shared, and definitely hope to continue to support Deal Finders Club. So go check that out, dealfindersclub.com /B Barnes. Andrew, this has been great, man. I'm going to keep in touch. Can't wait to see you at the next mastermind.
That sounds good, man. See you there.
Yeah. As always, guys, send more offers, do more deals. Till next time. Peace.
That's all for this episode of the Send More Offers Real Estate Show with Brandon Barnes. But we know you're craving more knowledge to get yourself ready for that next deal. To schedule a call with Brandon to learn more about how to do deals consistently without seller appointments in a repeatable way, be sure to visit us at sendmoreoffers.com. And be sure to tune in for the next episode of the Send More Offers Real Estate Show.